There's a room somewhere inside you that looks like a workshop. Tools hanging on the walls. Some scientific, some ancient, all humming softly. Each one represents a way you've already learned to listen, to a hunch, a pulse, a quiet sense of wait or go now. That's intuition, your first generation neural interface with the universe. And like any tool, it sharpens with use. You pick up one instrument. Maybe it's a compass that spins when you ask a true question. Notice how, when you breathe, the needle steadies. That's focus anchoring coherence. In neuroscience, they'd call it synchronization of oscillatory networks. In spirit speak, it's alignment. In ordinary life, it's that moment you stop overthinking and just know. Now imagine expanding that clarity outward. From one decision to a day, from a day to a relationship, from a relationship to the culture that forms around you. Because every time a person steadies their own signal, other signals nearby synchronize. That's physics again. Entrainment. The same principle that makes heart cells beat in rhythm, in a dish, makes human beings fall into emotional tempo. And maybe this is the first big lesson hiding in all the teachings you've studied. Personal coherence is planetary service. The ramifications picture two futures. In one, you practice this craft daily, breathing, sensing, refining. Your intuition becomes a scientist's instrument. And you start living like a conductor in an orchestra that finally follows the score. Decisions get cleaner, synchronicities cluster. People relax around you because your nervous system tells theirs it's safe to be clear here. In the other future, you ignore the tuner. Static builds. You still get messages, but they're distorted by noise, fear, projection, social programming. You chase signs the way some chase caffeine, hoping the next hit will bring purpose. It doesn't. Entropy wins when awareness dozes. And the universe, polite but relentless, keeps repeating lessons until you hum the right frequency. Both futures are physics, not punishment. Frequency obeys attention. A bridge builder spent decades designing arches so perfectly they could balance on their own weight. When a student asked, "How do you make it stay up?" he said, "I designed every stone to remember the curve." That is what you do when you study intuition and channeling. You teach each thought to remember the whole. That's chunking up. Training detail to recall purpose. So when you get lost in the bolts and blueprints of daily life, look for the curve, the big picture, the arc that keeps you aloft. That's how beliefs, ideas and messages join into something usable. Every mystical insight has a measurable cousin. Breath awareness lowers cortisol. Visualization recruits mirror neurons. Gratitude rewires reward pathways. What ancient text called raising vibration is, in one translation, optimizing brain-heart coherence. When both rhythms line up, intuition feels instant because sensory prediction finally matches incoming data. That's why it works, and why neglecting it feels like fog. So here's the dare, playful and serious at once. Tomorrow, act as if you're the field that you wish to live in. Don't wait for confirmation, create it by behaving from clarity. If you want truth, speak it first. If you want peace, breathe it before you answer the phone. Watch what that does to probability. Call it karma. Call it feedback loops. Same mechanism. Energy follows pattern. Pattern follows practice. When you follow these teachings, life simplifies. Creativity surges. Intuition feels less like guessing and more like remembering. When you don't, life repeats louder until remembering becomes the only option left. Either way, the lesson completes itself. You just choose the soundtrack, gentle jazz, or full volume alarm clock. See yourself back in that workshop. Every tool now glows a little brighter. You realized the workshop was never inside you. You were inside it. The larger consciousness that built you as one of its tools. And as you step out into the day, you bring that quiet craftsmanship with you. Every breath a recalibration, every interaction a chance to tune reality a little truer. Nothing needs to be installed, nothing needs to be forced. You can simply let the metaphors do their work, the way seeds germinate once they're placed into the right soil.